Hey, what's going on, my friends? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Victor, and today I'm going to share with you what, in my experience, are the two fastest and most effective ways to increase your intuition, to improve upon your already, most of you have an incredible predisposition to being already fairly psychic, empathic, and intuitive. But you can optimize that. You can get really good with that. And that's what this video is going to be about, how to become as intuitive as you possibly can. These two different ideas are actually part of the same whole strategy. They're one and the same. So number one is to, as hard as this might be for a lot of you, but to increase your sensitivity. I know a lot of people don't like the idea of that because they're already overly sensitive in their minds, but that's what's going to allow you to perceive your intuition much more clearly. It won't be so vague. It'll be like, oh wow, like that's undeniable. This one guy I used to watch, his name is Bashar, he's a channeler, and he would say that you're always getting signals. Your higher self is always sending you stuff. Your guides, all the different sources of guidance that we want to connect with, they're always sending us stuff. It's up to us to clean and purify our antenna so we can hear the messages already being sent. And in my experience, that is 100% true. The more sensitive I am, the cleaner my antenna, the more obvious my intuitive nudges are. So the way I would recommend increasing your sensitivity is there's two different things I'd recommend doing. Again, part of the same whole. One of them is to, as best you can, eliminate things that muddle up, that desensitize you, that make you more cut off. For me, what does that big time, and I've always been this way, is certain foods, like high sugar foods, processed carbohydrates. That makes me feel completely severed from my higher consciousness. I feel very much 3D, earthbound, egoic, and it's very hard to, my intuition seems very foggy and disoriented, and I cannot perceive it. It's very quick for me. Also, a big thing here is fear. A lot of people have made a habit out of consuming content that produces the emotion of fear in them. And unfortunately, that fear only builds to more of the perceived need to take in more, to arm ourselves, to make us more on guard and prepared. But that fearful state will completely, as Bill Hicks would say, spray black spray paint over your third eye. You will be closed off completely. You will not be intuitive. It's not a suggestion to avoid anything that scares you, because a lot of times stepping outside of our comfort zone is necessary for this purpose. But I'm saying that eliminate content that causes you to feel paralyzed and fearful if it's not having a positive effect on you. Number two is to cultivate, to be proactive in cultivating a greater sensitivity through obvious things like yoga and meditation and self-inquiry, and just trying to be more mindful throughout the day. It's not about what's the best meditation, what should I do? It's just about the consistency. You can look up meditation and Google it and take the first one that pops up no matter what it is. And if you practice that every day for like half hour every day, you are going to become incredibly meditative, incredibly intuitive, and incredibly sensitive. But it's about that consistency. The ego is very strong. It has a very strong will, and we are just so hardwired and conditioned to lose ourselves and not be meditative. So for most of us, some people have the grace just bestowed upon them and they open up and they're enlightened. Most people, they have to kind of work at it and kind of like cultivate it within themselves, cultivate that peace and stillness. And the best way is to meditate, to eat healthy foods that make you feel good and at a high vibration, to exercise, to take care of yourself, to pursue your passions, be your best self. So that's number one, essentially, all of that. Number two, and this is equally powerful, is to follow it. The messages you do get, even if what I said in number one, it's going to be a bit of a journey and a process for you, fine. That's how it is for me and almost everybody I talk to. But a way to really expedite this increase of your intuition is to start following the nudges and the information you're already getting. What inspired this video was, for one, I just had the idea, like just yesterday actually, or 2 days ago, I thought like, oh, I haven't really made a video about how to increase your intuition. I kind of thought that'd be a neat idea. I was just thinking of some titles and so forth. And then I saw one of the comments on my most recent YouTube video was about a guy, and he was sharing that he had this feeling about this girl or something. I don't remember the story exactly, but he had a real strong feeling that this person's like, he could sense that she was like up to no good and had kind of maybe ulterior motives. But, you know, on paper, it appeared that she wasn't really doing anything, and he didn't want to be judgmental. So I think he kind of got himself duped and screwed himself, and she eventually kind of revealed herself for who she really was. But he knew it all along, but he didn't act upon it. How many times have you has this situation bitten you in the ass? I know me, a million. Now I act on my intuition. And I've come to realize that it's something that it's cumulative. In the beginning of my journey, when my intuition started getting kind of louder naturally, you'll become more sensitive naturally. Even if you don't follow what I said, you'll naturally continue to expand. Again, you can make it faster and more efficient if you do what I said in number one. But anyway, as I became more sensitive, I noticed that I would have these gut feelings or these knowings where I just knew I was supposed to do something, or it would be advantageous to do something. But unless it really made a lot of logical sense in the beginning, I wouldn't do it. I would say, no, I'm not doing that. That doesn't make any sense. And then after getting bit in the butt so many times, I eventually started kind of following it. And the more I would follow it, the more it would happen, the louder it would become, and the more it would prove itself to me, so that as I went forward, it became easier, more natural to listen to my intuition. And that sort of built me up to my big leap that I took about 1.5 years ago, when I was intuitively guided to, for no discernible reason, sever myself of my only two financial sources, which I had 2 different businesses, and I felt guided, without really knowing at all why, to just close them down on blind faith. And so many people could look at that and say that was reckless and irresponsible and downright stupid. And I questioned that in my mind. But because I have come, at that point, I had come to rely so strongly, and the faith, the intuition has proven itself to me so many times, I knew that in spite of what it looks like, I'm going to do it. And then within under a year, as crazy as that was for me, I'm now in California doing what I love for a living. I'm free. I don't have a 9-to-5 job. I don't have all the stress that was associated with those things I was so hesitant to shut down. And my intuition, yet again, has proved itself to me in a way that I will never question it again. I just know that it will work out for me when I follow it. But I couldn't just take that a jump in the very beginning. I kind of had to build up to it. So to summarize, it's to increase your sensitivity and take advantage and action on the messages you're already getting. And you will become extremely intuitive. And also a lot more at peace with when you follow it, because you'll know it's coming from a higher version of yourself, and it's going to lead to good things every single time. Anyways, that's all. I don't need to make this video any longer than it needs to be. Just I hope you benefit from this, and if you take my advice, I trust you will. If you guys have any other questions, any other ideas for videos, feel free to hit me up. You know, email me or throw them in the comments section. I just want to thank you for all your love and your support. And you guys might have realized that I'm not uploading videos daily anymore. I'm not going to do that anymore. It's just, it became unbalanced for myself, and for me to be what in my mind will a quality source of awakening guidance, I have to honor my own path and my own self, and I just can't. It's become very much out of alignment for me to make a video every single day. But it doesn't mean I'm going away. It doesn't mean I'm quitting. I'll still do at least 3 to 5 videos every single week, new videos. So anyways, I just want to kind of update you guys on that, so you know where I'm at with that. Anyways, I'm gonna bounce, you guys. It's nice talking to you. Sometimes I find myself wanting to kind of linger. It's my second video I shot. It's beautiful, man. I'm checking out the ocean. I'm feeling the vibes and the positive energy. I'm so excited about this month, September, and just where we're at with this global awakening. It's really starting to kind of take off. I mentioned in a recent video that a lot of people are contacting me who had just woken up. I feel like this month of August really was a big wave, and just woke up, just kind of woke up a lot of people, and that's a good sign, man. We need it. We need all the people we can get. So anyways, I'm gonna bounce. You guys take care of yourselves. It's been great talking. Have an amazing day. Namaste.